Dum, This coin is too good to be true. Welcome everybody to a Monday edition of the Suppoman Show. Here with me, your favourite superhero of cryptocurrency, the Suppoman. In today's video, I am going to be addressing a gigantically fat elephant in the room. What is my opinion on a particular cryptocurrency? Is it the next 100x coin, or is it in fact a flop and a potential scam or rug pull? That is what you're going to be finding out in today's episode. Plus, I'm going to be taking your super chat suggestions, and I am going to be giving a bit of time to them because I haven't really been doing so lately. So, welcome to your favourite crypto mass, where we celebrate the cult of crypto. Sorry, the religion. I keep saying cult. The religion of cryptocurrency. So if you love content like this, where we search for micro cap gems under 50 million, make sure that you smash the like on this video. If you haven't yet joined the congregation, join Team Suppo by hitting the subscribe button and hit the bell so that you can be notified when I go live. So, I haven't been around for a few days, so I hope that you've got a lot of questions lined up for me. Now, I'm going to do my usual custom practice of sharing to the Twitter universe. There we are, tweet done. Excelente. My hair's a little bit slick today. In fact, to be honest, it's really unmanageable, so I apologise in advance for the slight eyesore that is my hairdo. So, who have we got in the house before we get moving on with the show? Jimmy Walker, Patrick Stock. Jimmy Walker's first to comment, so well done you. JM, Patrick Stock, JMK Global, Akib, Ryan, Mash Smash, Kikili, Menchie's, Yassine, Christian, Jason, Petza, Pets A, Nareen, Sergeant Farrow, Michael Blueski, Chris Marks, Mike, Mark, Mivek, Lindsay, Kadu, Fab the Iceman, Renee Stock, Seed Serdar, Orlando, Tanya, Conrad, Luis, Chemo, Soul X, Jamie Harvey. Great to see you people. I actually am a bit confused today. I feel like it is Sunday today because in the UK it's actually a bank holiday, which means it's just a day off essentially. And we typically have one at this time of year. And so I kind of feel like it's Sunday today because I typically do a video on a Sunday evening. But it isn't actually. So, where are we at, people? Where are we at? Well, the market cap is an incredibly satisfying 2.3 trillion. 2.3 trillion. A modest amount of volume, I've got to say. And Bitcoin has gone well below 50% dominance, 46.7%. And Ethereum has climbed to a megarific 16.6%, as reflected by its current coin price. Now, people, we've got to document this. What a fantastic scalp for Ethereum. Absolutely sailing over the $3,000 mark. And not only sailing over, but look, it's getting up close. It's closer now to 3,500. So, magnificent. Binance Coin also up. Let's have a look and see what are the top 100 gainers and losers anyway. No harm in that anyway, is what I intend to do. The first super chat is actually potentially that elephant, but we shall see. Not many super chats. This is the day. If you want me to look at something, this is the day to do it because I've only got one cryptocurrency to talk about. So you can literally fill up my time today with some other Sphinx. And don't forget, smash up the likes. We only got 70 likes, 324 people. Not going to cover anything until we get to at least 150 likes. So Waves, Maker, OMG, Torchain. These are doing better than Ethereum today. OMG Network, still $9. Still kind of nowhere near its all-time high. For something that's been languishing in or around the top 100 for a while, You know, that isn't spectacular, but, you know, still good for anybody who's a retrospective investor in OMG. Avalanche up, Ontology up. Quite a few ecosystems. Ethereum Classic, Theta. So yeah, some doing very... Let me see if there's anything that's not doing quite so well. Oh, it's quite a few... Wait, Ryan Kim? Thank you very much, Ryan Kim, for the $4.99. But no actual question. CHF, 5 CHF from N Daddy Cho, but again, no actual question. Suppo, I got happy this week, and I am happy. I am delighted for you, Jaxlin. A lot of the cryptocurrencies I've spoken about are doing incredibly well, and some are going to do well over the course of this month, I am sure. Suppo, in countries where cash withdrawals are not allowed yet, would you suggest selling at the top and keeping all in USD? Yes, and also I would also say that from a tax perspective, you know, when you are cashing out, you will have to pay tax. Well, depending on if you live in a country where you have to pay tax on cryptocurrencies, but in most countries you do. Some of the Middle Eastern countries you don't, and some places in the south of the globe or south of the equator. But in most places you have to pay it, and you may have to pay sizable amounts. So actually, just freezing it allows you to just release it as and when you would like to. Hey champ, this is from Jason. Hey champ, best channel around, educational, still feels like we are chilling and learning. We need to have a drink, bought more Marsh yesterday. Excellent, Jason. I really appreciate your very uplifting comment, to be fair. Best channel around. I really appreciate you thinking that. So let's have a look and see how Marsh is actually... I think that's what you meant. I don't think you meant March. Let's have a look and see how Marsh is doing. Unmarshall. Oh, excellent. 15% up today. Very, very good. As far as I'm concerned, this is brewing underneath the bull market surge that's going to be coming to altcoins. It's just brewing underneath, ready to jump. This has achieved a low of 386. So anybody got into that, that is pretty much a bulletproof price. RS Protocol, Web3 grant, only 3x IDO price. Please review, suggested it in your last live. Yes, indeed. And I am going to be frank. Oh, it's inching up to $5. I am going to be really frank. I am quite surprised at this point that Ares is not around about 40 cents. If I'm honest with you, I thought this was going to come out and not be obtainable at a micro cap level. But actually, like with many cryptocurrencies that have incredible promise, I'm not going to lie, RS Protocol has incredible promise. It really sits as one of the elite polkadot projects. This is, I would say, without question, RS Protocol is the polkadot chain link, right? It is not Kylin, it isn't Umbrella or Razor or whatever. It is Ares. Ares is really closely affiliated with Polkadot, really closely affiliated with Parachain networks, and also is in the Polkadot DeFi Alliance. And all three in combination makes this a powerhouse project. I'm very, very surprised at this present stage this has not gone up. I am not going to review it in today's episode, but I do plan on reviewing it. But you can see here, hosted by Ares Protocol with the Rococo parachain, which a number of cryptocurrencies are actually using, of which Ares is actually on it too. So not only are they a parachain oracle, but they are actually used for information display by the Rococo parachain. And it is in very elite company. Okay, so we look Crust, Chain X, Kilt, Konomi. Well, that's a new addition. Fala, Plasm, Polka Foundry. So they are amongst the elite of Polkadot projects currently on the Rococo parachain, which means it is kind of 2.0. Polkadot 2.0 projects exist on the parachain. So I am happy for this to remain where it is because I haven't yet bought it. Okay, so I'm quite happy to remain where it is. Thoughts on DDoS, another G... Is this disbalancer? Let me have a look. DDoS. Now, I have a few people that have said, Suppoman, why have you not covered disbalancer? And the fact is that I have spoken about it, but there are many cryptocurrencies. There are going to be close to 10,000 cryptocurrencies very, very soon. I literally cannot, and I'm incapable of being able to cover every single one of them properly. And Happy is not a particular bias towards the Hacken Foundation, even though I think that Hacken is a fantastic cybersecurity project. That doesn't mean I'm going to love everything that comes out from them. But when I looked at Disbalancer, I thought to myself, this looked insane. Look at that. Look at the presentation of it. Now, when you compare this to some shit websites that exist out there, of which there are many, and many that happen to be worth hundreds of millions of dollars, displaying a cryptocurrency that looks shite, this one looks pretty good. DDoS market. It doesn't help that they don't initially tell you what it is. Less than 1% of websites worldwide are protected. DDoS market is expected to double by 2020. Earn DDoS tokens while your devices work on a global mission to make the world a safer place. So yes, this does require further... It's currently out, I'm taking it. $1.55. In a fully diluted valuation, of which I can't imagine we are at max supply. A fully diluted valuation is only $2.3 million. And again, it's addressing a cybersecurity problem. Okay, which is denial of service attacks on websites, of which we have seen that happen even to our own cryptocurrencies, like Pancake, I believe, very recently. So let me just have a quickie. And Suppo loves a quickie. But actually, I also like it. No. Anyway, don't go there, Suppo. Too much information. Anyway, so let's have a look and see if Disbalancer has actually got any sort of whale investment at all. I know that Genesis Block Ventures are in Happy, which really helps me. And Disbalancer doesn't even display on the whale app. So apparently Genesis Block GBV backed. Apparently they do back them, but it's not on the whale app. Hey Suppo, short-term predictions on Ethereum. Do you think it will drop slightly and Bitcoin will pump? My personal opinion, looking at where we are and the money flow at the moment, is that it certainly appears 96. That's insane. It certainly appears to me that money seems to be concentrated at the large cap level. Okay, large caps, basically anything that are at the top of the top of the index. So I'm talking about the kind of top kind of 5, or the top cryptocurrencies. Anyway, there seems to be a huge focus or concentration of money going into A, Ethereum, and B, Ethereum-like projects, okay, of which I'm going to be covering something very shortly about. But essentially, solutions to the Ethereum problem. And Ethereum going up is really concentrating more focus towards the problems of Ethereum. Like, Ethereum is going to continue to be a very, very strong cryptocurrency, have a lot of institutional money going into it, and high amounts, you know, billions going into it, hundreds of billions, simply because of the fact that from a investment as an investment tool, this is appreciating dramatically. Okay, not necessarily as a technology, but as an investment tool. You know, Ethereum is basically becoming the new store of value, I suppose. Hey Suppo, happy Monday. Any thoughts on Sovereign Juice? Much appreciated. Sorry, please cover Pop. I covered Pop a couple of... Well, I wouldn't say I covered it. I touched on it very briefly. And I do plan on bringing more. But basically, Pop is proof of partnership. Which is all about verifying that there is a partnership that exists between two businesses, mainly in cryptocurrency. And that being basically cemented by this mutual liquidity pool. But I'll talk more about it another time. But it seems to have, again, if you do your research, it seems to have some of the people that have been behind a lot of the biggest projects around, like Energy Web and Ocean Protocol. So that, I think, shows that the money could be entering that. There is no sovereign, and Juice, I think, is just a bit poor, to be fair. Trying to catch up with the chat. Check out Limpo. They're backed by Amioka Brands. You stake LMT to earn... I still own Limpo from 2018. And they started off life as a health app. They then pivoted into NFTs. And they've got Amioka Brands kind of helping them. Let me see how this is doing. So 1 million... I don't like this crypto. I've got to be honest. I on a personal level, and I still hold it. I'm not going to make the mistake I did with Voyager, because I could have sold this about 100x lower, and I didn't, thankfully. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm not a fan of them at all. So you'll have to look to someone else to get a positive... get anything spoken positively about them. I would love to hear your opinions on Bao Finance. To be fair, I haven't looked at Bao Finance for around about 3 months. Okay, so this was big during DeFi season. It went from 0.0002 to about 0.003 and has kind of since, well, because of the lack of interest in DeFi, has gone down. However, the market cap is up dramatically, which makes me think that they have just added a large amount of supply to circulation. So Bao Finance will do, I believe personally, will do well in DeFi season. Whale Room, I think, is a steaming pile of shit. Whale Room. This is literally the dumbest idea I think I've ever seen. And I haven't looked at it in a long time, and I would say that the quality of it is reflected in how much people are trading it. It's a completely shit cryptocurrency. And virtually 90% of cryptocurrencies are better than this. The other 10% are ones that probably died about 3 years ago. You give us your wisdom on Vidya. Don't know what Vidya is. Let me check it out. Vidya. God, I look fat, don't I? When I'm looking like... Yeah. When I'm looking there... I am working on it, people. I am going to the gym. Right, Vidya. Team3D.io. Non-fungible tokens. 1.8 million volume. Let's have a gand. How long has it been around? It's been around a while. It's popped recently. I wonder why. Let's have a lucky work. Lucky of the work variety. Looks stupid. Like, come on. What the fuck is this? I mean, actually, I changed my mind. The product looks stupid, but the presentation actually looks okay. It took us a little while longer, but we are now getting very close to releasing our first video game, first-person shooter. Realistically, we can expect demo launch in late Q1, early Q2, which is now, essentially. Strategic partnerships are another aspect we will focus on a lot this year. It doesn't sound like they actually have much in the way of that. Interesting. They got this like Ferrari Testarossa, which looks like something from Test Drive back in the day. could be okay. Personally speaking, I think it looks pretty shit. So, hi Suppo, most of these are not on Coinbase. What platform do you suggest where one can buy many, if not all, Ethereum ecosystem coins? Uniswap. Like, I don't know why. I mean, it's like Coinbase lists elite coins. Like Coinbase releases and allows you to trade and invest in and sell, obviously, cryptocurrencies that have been around for a while, have been tried and tested over time, and have not failed people, and so therefore they feel quite happy listing them, right? Coinbase and even Binance to a large extent does not list cryptocurrencies at microcap level. Microcap level cryptocurrencies you can typically buy on MXC, Gate.io, Hotbit, but Uniswap is the main thing. The only problem with Uniswap, Bitmax as well. The only problem with Uniswap is that obviously the fees are a lot. But Uniswap version 3 is meant to be coming out very, very shortly. Super, could you look at World Token? I looked at it 3 months ago, thought it was god awful, and have never looked at it since, and will continue never to look at it again. But thank you very much for the contribution. Hey Super, mind taking a look at Enigma? I think it has to be a bulletproof price. There have been many cryptocurrencies called Enigma in the past. And I think this is the one that is old, I wanna say. Independently swap. Oh, secret. I don't really know what the difference is, but it's not got very good 24-hour volume. Let me see how long this has been out. I'm sure it's been out, yeah, 2017 this has been out, so a long time. And personally speaking, unless you're already invested in it and you don't want to sell quite at the, still kind of, we're about 40% of the way through the bull market. I wouldn't buy this shit. And if Pantera was in it, they were probably in it a long time ago. No one gives an F about dot projects. Bull market is being driven by hype factor right now. Zero dot hype. Money better elsewhere right now. Well, that depends, doesn't it? That depends on if you want to be around when dot projects do thrive, which is going to happen. You know, it's very easy to be frustrated by the current goings on, which is that you've got Safe Moon-esque cryptocurrencies like Dogefather and dumbass coins like that. But there's no, you know, it's purely hit and miss. You could be getting in too late, in which case you buy something and it tanks immediately. Or, like I did the other day with Polymoon, which was a pure speculation because the Polygon narrative was just starting. And somebody brought out Polymoon and I thought, well, it doesn't sound like it's got much downside. So I just put in, you know, a couple of thousand. And then it, 8x or something. But I didn't care for it. I was the least emotional I've ever been about making money with that. It's never cool to put it in something that is completely random, essentially. There's no fundamentals. There's no well, it was anticipating the highs, but there was no rationale behind why something should go well. It was just pure, it's a shitcoin season, and it's like a shitcoin that's under a narrative that's just blowing up, and that was purely what went behind it, and I didn't feel any sense of satisfaction from it at all. Hey Super, like the Dogefather on May the 8th, is there any shitcoin you would speculate on short term? If you wanted, Christian, and thank you very much for the question, if you were wanting to speculate on a cryptocurrency in the shitcoin variety, then what I would do is I would concentrate on one that is new-ish and has a very low Twitter following and a low Telegram following, but has the qualities I went through, like it's got at least 1 trillion supply, probably 100 trillion to 1 quadrillion, I would say was ideal. About 7 noughts before the number. And then really have something like, let's say it was, I don't know, Avalanche Moon Avalanche or Moon Avax or something. Or like I said in yesterday's tweet, True Moon, because everybody was talking about TrueBit yesterday. So True Moon would be the absolute perfect one. But probably if it's the Doge father, then I would probably say that things related to Doge or dogs or animals as a tenuous kind of link. Hope that helps. Bendick Anderson. The more something is mature, to go back to the last question, the more something is mature already, if it's been out for a while like Safe Moon, it's already hit a massive peak, then you are at risk at that point of losing your money. All right? So if you get into something early, although it's not tried and tested, it mitigates the risk of getting in too high. Super, can you check out Gains Associates? I have already done that. I have already checked out Gains Associates. And I have actually noticed that Gains Associates are in some of the cryptocurrencies that I have been interested in recent, or at least some of the launchpad cryptocurrencies I have thought were okay. Essentially these guys, I think it's like a decentralized whale community area. You can actually be amongst the Gains Associates. Yeah, so it's a decentralized VC, essentially, which is pretty cool. I'm not interested in it, but one could be if they wanted to be. I think at the highest level you could actually get involved. Am I right in thinking that? Yeah, our clients FTX, pretty good that. 10%. Yeah, this one, tier 1. Like you can, the more you put in, the greater, and they are getting into some good projects. So yeah, it's not bad, it's not bad. But launchpads are really getting quite boring. And now I get a launchpad question. Raul, Suppo, would you take us through how to get involved with IDOs using Kickpad, please? Kickpad's quite low. I'm going to be honest with you. I have not migrated to the version 2 Kickpad yet. I've missed out on whatever's come out recently. I haven't done it because I haven't been that interested. So, any thoughts on Pop? I gave some literally a minute ago. Earing Suppo, you're right. It does feel like a Sunday. Happy to be in church. Did you and Harry watch Formula 1? Yes! Smash the likes. He's live on a bank holiday. But yeah, great time to actually, whilst there are over 600 of you, which makes me very, very happy, people. And I would love for you to personally commemorate your attendance by hitting that like button. That like button is saying, I'm here, sir, or I'm here, Father Suppo, head of the Church of Suppotology. So yes, just smash that like. I would be obscenely grateful. Coinbixy, so much noise in the space right now. Do you think many projects are going to see their pump because of this, i.e. convergence? Did you see Messiah reports showing projects held by most VC? I haven't seen that report, actually. No, I will search for that. Do you think there's too much space in the noise in the space right now? Yes, and at the same time, no. Okay, so what we have got is a quite, I would say a not incredibly increasing community in cryptocurrency. I think a lot of us have been around a while. Yes, new people are joining a lot, and new people are coming to the shit coins, which is a good thing in my personal opinion, because ultimately they will settle for the more quality coins moving forward. There is a lot of noise, and I think that something that you've just got to appreciate is two things. Number one, every coin will go up the closer we get to Euphoria season. Like, to an extent that pretty much nobody will be at a loss at a point. Everything will go up to the extent that pretty much 90% of people will be in profit on their coin, no matter what coin it is. And the 10% that aren't are the ones that are buying at the top, literally at the top, and exposed to the highest risk. So there's more than enough money to go around. Okay, I know from personal experience that cryptocurrencies that cryptocurrencies that are struggling with the noise are just going to get that influx of money, because what will happen is things will go up dramatically towards the end, and so investors will look for what hasn't gone up, put their money in it, and then it will go up. A little bit like front running a narrative like Avalanche or Polygon or something like that. So I personally take my long-term positions now and I just leave it, right? I just leave it. Now, yes, I am very, very frustrated with how Convergence is doing. However, there are many stories that I can relate to that are very similar to Convergence. You know, linear finance was around about 1 cent to 2 cents for about 4 months before it started moving. Ethos was 50 cents to $1 for 4 or 5 months before it started moving. You know, so these things happen, but then the money does eventually find them. But yes, there is a lot of noise. And really, if you take long-term positions early, then once the narrative hits one of those cryptocurrencies, boom! You know? So, you know, you've got to just make sure that you get a bulletproof price and that you've got the patience to ride it out. Because, as I've seen very recently, you know, like, for instance, Matic, I was saying, guys, get into Matic when it was about, like, recently. You know, I would say, what was it? It was about 3 cents, I want to say, back in January. As long as you get in at a good price, you know, you'll just be able to ride the enormous multipliers. But yeah, you are right. Can you talk about Viking? No, I haven't spared Viking a thought for about 2 months. I couldn't give a shit. You just go into it, you get your money, and then you bugger off. But thank you very much for the question. No. Daniel Cost. Oh, hold on. Another spate of questions there. Hold on. Thoughts on digital reserve currency? Thank you very much, Daniel, for the £5. I have looked at digital reserve currency, and I remember being completely underwhelmed by it. Hey, Steve, what's your opinion about TrueBit? I will potentially be coming to that. So, do you think Nami is a good play right now since ETH is pumping? I don't know. What the hell's Nami? Never heard of it. Let's have a gand. Why? Because it's on Ethereum. It's a protocol. Let's have a gander at it then. It looks like a shitcoin based on its supply. Could be wrong. Blockchain solutions for everyone. Everybody, if you want blockchain solutions, come to Nemi. Pathetic. Yeah, let's have a look. 1.3 mil. Cross blockchain scaling. Yada yada yada. Who we work with. Yada yada yada. One has to look into this properly. You know, you have to properly research these things. Is it copy and pasted from something else? Who knows? It's not something I can find out right now. Suppo, can you check out Aluna? Aluna is something I am very surprised about, to be fair. You know, Aluna came out on Bitmax, a very similar way to the way Oxygen did, and it's kind of just died, to be fair. Now, I'm going to tell you why it's done that, because dissimilar to Oxygen, because Oxygen was derivatives, which it came out around about DeFi season, which meant bang, it's just going to go up. But Aluna social trading, like, who does this crap? Learn, copy, and earn. We're the best traders in the world. Like, personally, I don't see any. I don't know why people would do this. We've had ones like co-vesting in the past. Like, it could do well, and it probably will do well. But I don't personally like those. Can you have a look at POA Network? It's so old. It is so old, Bazzy. Like, nobody even talks about Proof of Authority Network anymore. Like, 1.1 million is probably all market makers. Like, this used to be one of the top projects in cryptocurrency. It's been out for, 5 years or so. Look, it's just junk. I remember reviewing it at the time. It's not got potential, in my opinion. Will projects from Foggies, will projects like Akala that come out later in the year have enough time to make gains, or would we? I think that Akala is groomed to be a smash hit, a little bit like how Matic was. Bandot, cross chain swap. Bandot. Let's have a look. Bandot, I think, is this? It's not on here. Bandot, I think, is it a polkadot project? I'm not quite sure. Sorry to bother you again. Are you planning on doing your awesome word presentation on Ares? I am! Yes, I am planning on doing that. Hey, Steve, what do you think about Charlie 3, the Chainlink of Cardano? It's not the Chainlink of Cardano. It's just the first oracle. And the first is typically the first mover, which is a good thing, but it looks shit. Thoughts on Conv, Digi, and KYL? Not a lot about KYL. I'm not at all interested in KYL. What is Digi? Digible. Sounds quite tasty, doesn't it? Digible. Cool name. I'm imagining this is what, NFTs or something? Let's have a brief perusal. First world's rare physical collector cards. Physical collectible cards. That's very, very weird. Explore NFTs. I hate these projects. Say we're the first of it. It's not the first. Like, okay, whatever. Like, you're talking utter bollocks. Okay. Thoughts on Expire? Like, Coin Bixie, come on. Like, you make a lot of intelligent suggestions, and Expire is literally the antithesis of that. Like, Expire wasn't good to begin with, let alone now, 3 years on. Are you still invested in Finminity? No, I'm not actually. I actually sold that at 550 or something. I just wasn't really interested anymore. Place that has an allocation for polkadot. Do you think it's too late for private rounds this month? I don't know. I'm not in Placent IDOs. Thoughts on Matter DeFi project? I don't know. Thank you, Old Man Yeet, by the way. I appreciate your thing, but I have no knowledge of it, if I'm honest with you. Do you think it's too late for private rounds in this cycle? I don't get what you mean by that. Too late for private rounds in this cycle. Antimatter. Let's see how this is doing. 199. What? 19 million market cap. Has actually had a spike recently. But overall, I'm imagining it's on a massive low, like pretty much near its all-time low of 137. God damn. It could do well, but as was previously remarked above, definitely quite a lot of noise being made. It's difficult to stand out, and the older you are, which this came out, what, back in, wow, March. Like, March in cryptocurrencies term may as well be 2019. Thanks for the video. Super excited for Convergence this summer. I am as well. Super, I appreciate your show. Why does the coin sometimes take up overnight while others take ages? Is it a social effect? A few big buys? Well, I would say that money follows hype, right? It really does. Okay, so you saw this with Truebit. Like, everybody was bartering on about Truebit yesterday because the money was following the hype immediately. And so people wanted to invest while the hype was hot. And because everybody, when there's a big collective of people that are bullish, they encourage each other. And then everybody who observes this gets bullish about it by association. And it just kind of, like, has this ripple effect where you need a good few people talking about it in each community. So I was seeing quite a few communities, like YouTuber communities yesterday, talking about it. And it was just rippling out. And people were FOMOing into it. That's why some coins just take up. You know, they just go. They take off. And other coins that come out with an enormous amount of hype, like for instance Refinable recently, what happens is that it has this initial noise and then you take positions after 2 days or so when it calms down, and that is where you can get a bulletproof price and be able to maximize on the potential gains later. Greetings from home. I love your channel. Can you give us TA on Venus? Thank you. Angel for Truth. Only if Venus actually comes on the CoinMarketCap app. But as far as I'm concerned, I think Venus has had an enormous hike up in price. It's still 11x from its TVL, which means that it's probably got more to grow. But if we have a look in the grand scheme of Venus, essentially, like TA wise, this is not a buy. Can you look into XFT private derivatives? XFT off shift. I think I've seen this. I saw this ages ago. 250k. I was actually very surprised that this hasn't done better. Okay, Bandot is on. Oh, it's on CoinMarketCap. Okay, I might have a look at that in a little while then. Super. You still got linear? Yeah, I've still got 50% of my linear. Yes, I have an eye on NIOS since you mentioned waiting to pounce. You still keen on 1 inch? Yes, I'm very keen on 1 inch still, and there's not many people that would be keen on 1 inch, but I certainly am. Anyway, First World's derivatives platform. What a load of crap. It is not the first. If it was the first, it would certainly not be worth 8 million. Right, okay. Let us move on to the main topic of conversation. Okay, so I am going to now present this in true slideshow format. So I'm going to talk about a cryptocurrency that yesterday particularly, like probably had a couple of days of real strong conversation. The conversation was TrueBit over the last couple of days. Like nothing else paled into significance at all. You know, TrueBit is and was the cryptocurrency everyone is talking about. Now, I offered my opinion yesterday in Suppoman's mastermind group. If you haven't yet joined, join it. It's Suppo Chat. There are 2 mastermind groups. One is redundant. It's got the more followers, but it's redundant. Go to the one that's got 3,100 or so. There's a link in the chat. But anyway, right? Yesterday, people were like, Superman, what do you think of TrueBit? And I'm like, why is everybody talking about? Why is everybody chasing highs? Like, what I teach in cryptocurrency is anticipate the highs, do not chase the highs. Chasing the highs gives you all the opportunity of getting burnt. It puts you at maximum risk when you chase the highs. You either get in super early, get in at a bulletproof price, or don't get in at all, or wait for a retracement. Right? Don't buy at highs. It's the biggest risk. Sometimes you win, most of the times you lose. Like 90% of the times you lose. Sometimes you can, a complete outlier can grow high. But what are my true opinions on TrueBit, given that I was saying yesterday for people not to FOMO in? So, first of all, what is TrueBit? So TrueBit is a layer 2 solution, essentially a scaling solution for Ethereum at this present time anyway. Now, I've taken you through the scaling solutions I have found to be amongst the best scaling solutions recently. Now, if you don't know what a scaling solution is, essentially it is a bit of technology designed to make Ethereum run faster and cheaper, essentially. So when you see these huge gas fees when you are buying a cryptocurrency on Uniswap, these scaling solutions are designed for Ethereum to essentially run quicker with these technologies. Now, there are 3 technologies that are very, very important in scaling solutions. One is ZK rollups. Okay, that is a scaling solution that is best typified by ZK swaps. Okay, which is essentially rounding up transactions in kind of one, like hundreds of thousands of transactions in one transaction instead of doing them all singularly, so it creates congestion on the network. So it just rolls them all up and uses some kind of signature to verify them all on batch. Brilliant piece of technology. Then you have got Plasma, which is best typified by Matic. It's a sidechain solution where essentially the sidechain that kind of runs off of the Ethereum main chain kind of does all the computational work, sends it back, and it kind of is all done, right? So it's very, very quick sidechain technology. The third and most exciting is optimism rollups. So optimism is very much like ZK rollups, but it is nicer. It is more compatible with smart contracts. ZK rollups is not really smart contract transactions, more financial transactions, not smart contract transactions, which is essentially software transactions. You know, where one party's transaction, there's like a transaction of value between one person and another. And optimism is more suited to smart contracts than ZK rollups, right? And as a result of that, optimism seems like it could be one of the biggest and best solutions for Ethereum layer 2 scaling. Now, TrueBit is intended to be what's the word? I want to say purveyor. Essentially meant to be optimism rollups. Okay, that is what TrueBit is meant to be. Okay, so it's a layer 2 solution, but optimism rollups, which is one of the, I would say that there is hardly a cryptocurrency that is currently utilizing optimism, right? And TrueBit is kind of seen as one of them. Now, what is the point of TrueBit? So essentially, how it uses its layer 2 solution is it takes these computational puzzles. So when you are mining on the Ethereum network, which at this present time is a proof of work cryptocurrency, until it becomes a proof of stake cryptocurrency with Ethereum 2.0. But it currently stands as a proof of work, which means that it's mining, which means the miners have to solve computational puzzles to mine a block, right? So at the moment, what happens is that a miner will be mining a block, and they will take the best fees. So, for instance, when you buy something, let's say, I don't know, Convergence as an example, and you see that it's got like a gas fee on Uniswap. So it will say like, let's say $70. Gas fee is a standard. Now, if you click on advanced, you can make it a slow, medium, or fast transaction, right? And fast means it's more money, so it could be $100 or so. So what happens is that you attract miners to mine your transaction quicker than everybody who's paid less. They're incentivized to do it, but what happens is they solve that computational puzzle whilst including your transaction in the block, therefore creating congestion, therefore making the network slow, because it's all done on-chain. So what TrueBit does is essentially they take the computational puzzle off-chain. All right, so they take what's required to mine the block off-chain, the transactions involved in that block off-chain, and then they add them on, they verify those transactions on-chain after they have done the computational power. So they take the congestion off of Ethereum. Now what that means is that reduces gas fees, and of course it reduces congestion, which therefore increases scalability and speed for dApps, and also for just general transactions on the blockchain. All right, so you get the basic idea of what they are doing, but the fact is they're using optimism, which is meant to be a better solution for smart contract technology, of which Ethereum introduced smart contracts to cryptocurrency in the first place. So by rights, this should be the best version of Ethereum scaling. So where a lot of the bullish attitudes for it comes from are as follows. So people say it's Coinbase backed. It's not. Okay. What it is they've got the ex-Coinbase co-founder invested as a kind of single entity. Now, he is not a Coinbase member of staff anymore, but he does sit on the board. Okay. And he has like 9% voting power. So, okay, it's powerful, but it doesn't mean Coinbase have backed it. It's a ex-Coinbase, ex-Coinbase staff. Now, let's say that I work for Genesis Block Ventures, right? As an investor, I'm part of Genesis Block Ventures Group. I'm not, but let's say I was associated with Genesis Block Ventures. So if I personally invest in, let's say Saito, does that mean Genesis Block Ventures have invested in it? No. It means I have. Same in this scenario. Okay, so it's not Coinbase backed. All right. But it does give an element of endorsement from somebody who is very, very experienced and was previously the co-founder of one of the most used retail exchanges. Vitalik co-authored with one of the team the concept of interactive coin offerings, which is IICO. Okay, so they've worked in close collaboration with them. And of course, Vitalik sent out a tweet the other day where he was saying that TrueBit, as an example of Ethereum optimism rollups, right? So he name dropped them. And when he name dropped them, bang! Everybody's heads blew. And he's like, I gotta get on this. This is gonna be a top 10 coin. This is gonna be a top 2 coin. Grow up. It's not. Look at Matic. Look where Matic has got in 3 years being in cryptocurrency. Like, it is not in the top 20. So if Matic isn't, what makes you think TrueBit, which come out of nowhere, is going to be in the top 20? It's not. Right? It's going to take a long time, if ever, for this to get close to the top 20. It's just stupidity. But you need the Suppoman to kind of talk sense into people, because you don't just magic a top 20 position. It just doesn't happen. Right. Anyway, so what is good about them though? So Christian, which is one of the co-founders of TrueBit, was anyway a team leader at Ethereum and led the Solidity team. People say he invented Solidity, which is just bullshit. Okay, like he, in collaboration with a few others, developed Solidity, but he didn't invent Solidity. Like, get your facts right, okay? Solidity is a programming language that he, in collaboration with others, came up with, but he didn't invent the thing. But anyway, in conjunction with who's invested in it and what has made it relevant right now, we've also got Andre Cronje writing a very positive piece on TrueBit as well, which has added to the big fanfare around TrueBit. Now is where we come to the bit that I personally, that dictates whether I do or do not invest in this. The opportunity size. Now, you know that I get involved in cryptocurrencies on the main. In the main, I get involved in cryptocurrencies between 0 and 5 million in value. Okay. Otherwise, I tend not to bother unless it's very good technology I want to have a stake in. So, for instance, I recently reinvested back into Matic, even though I probably could have put my money into other cryptocurrencies, but because I personally thought that that's got a massive trajectory towards its ceiling price at the point at which I reinvested in it, which was about 11 cents, having sold at 4.3 or 4.5 cents. Right, so I missed out on the 2x there, but I was able to get pretty much most of it back, reinvesting in it. It's outlier events. Okay, I tend to get involved in low caps, but I like to preserve my wealth with some strong mid caps. Now, if a new cryptocurrency goes into hundreds of millions, bye-bye, I'm not interested. Of course, that doesn't mean you don't have to be, but I'm not interested. Because it's valued too high compared to its age, compared to how the market has valued it, and compared to what is to come for it, competing with the noise. Yesterday, it kept going up and up and up and up until it crashed. And people that were buying on the up and up and up didn't think it was going to come down and kept on buying at the high, at the high, at the high, at the high. Right? Because of the excitement, because it's relevant right now. Just like Refinable was really, really hot first couple of days. Okay, maybe it had the stupid scam opinions. But it was, every cryptocurrency seems to have its best time in the first 2 days, and then the interest tails off when the next cryptocurrency people love come out, and people are like, oh, no one cares about it then. Like, funnily enough, Truebit must have been mentioned upwards of 1,000 times in the Suppoman chat yesterday, and since 10 a.m. this morning, not been said once. What does that tell you? Something can be hot today and not hot tomorrow. Anyway, let's carry on. So, its current market cap is, or was anyway, when I last looked at the price, was 201 million. Really? Who apes in at that? Anyway, 201 million market cap based on 280 million supply and 72 cents cryptocurrency. It's only got a 14x to be Matic. Matic's been around for years, and you expect something like Truebit to be nearly the same value as Matic? Come on. Like, even if it did, like 14x to me is, I'm not going to get involved in a cryptocurrency where the ceiling is 14x. So anyway, and that is against something very strong, against Matic or Polygon anyway. And Polygon's bigger than it was. It's not just a scaling solution. Now in itself, it's an ecosystem. So anyway, so my personal opinion is I'm not interested in Truebit unless it absolutely tanks, like goes down to 10 cents or 15 cents, which it probably won't anytime soon anyway, but I imagine it probably will at some point. Because it pretty much always does find a very low price. Once, this is what happens. Like, this is what people don't have the patience of, or people who are inexperienced don't know, right? But when something comes out, like, you don't think it's ever going to achieve lows, but it always does, because the relevance disappears, people talking about it as a fanfare disappears, all of this stuff that above me, everybody has been concentrating on the last couple of days, no one gives a shit about anymore, right? And then they are onto the next cryptocurrency, like CrossPad or something. And then this just gets left for the dirt. So let every cryptocurrency find its value. And it doesn't find its value straight away. Initially, there's this big fanfare and bullishness. And then eventually, a cryptocurrency finds its value. You know, the community values it appropriately. And if we have a look and see how, bear with me. We have a look and see how Truebit is right now. Oh, hold on. 81 cents, right? It's 81 cents. It's struggling. It is struggling. So if we just... Oh no, 1 day. It's already on 1 day. Right, okay. So let me just put this down to 1 hour so we can have a look at this. Right, okay, so here we go. So yesterday, the amount of people that were just buying this up over $1, and I was like, what are you people doing? I was just so flabbergasted. I just thought people who watch my videos should know, don't buy on a high. Anyway, so eventually what I imagined would happen came true. Now, whether, I don't know really what people say, that it's like a big whale was in this and dumped a load of coins. He was like in a liquidity pool. He took his money out of the liquidity pool and dumped the price at 140 or something. That's what they said is the reason behind it. But ever since that happened, yes, it grew, went up to 120 or something, wick to it anyway. But since then, it's struggled. It has struggled. It has struggled. The volume's incredibly high, but it has struggled to maintain the bullishness. So from this point, I anticipate it's going to go down. From this point, it may not, but in my personal opinion, I think it's going to go down further and eventually find a floor. That is the point to get into it, because I do think this is a good... I do actually think this is a good cryptocurrency. Like with... There are articles. So what's this one? This one on Reddit, where it's a lot of criticism about how old the project is and the tweets they were putting out, and there's no official tweet from the team, and the team don't really tweet, and there's a lot of red flags. But I think every project has red flags. What I can deduce is I think that this is a decent cryptocurrency, actually, but I think its current price is heavily overvalued, and I think it needs to find a floor before I I would invest in it. And I would like to say this as an example for all of you watching, and please listen to me. Do not buy cryptocurrencies on a high, because all the people who were buying north of $1, particularly as it got towards 120, you know, they left themselves open for this, which came not long after. Bang! You know, 140 to 28 cents. Or thereabouts, 26 cents. Right? You wait, people. You wait. Let me have a look. I've had some of you guys... Oh, what do you think? I'm going to ask you guys, what do you think of TrueBit? Yes or no, yes or no? And is it yes now or yes later? What price would you get it at? True is basically polkadot for Ethereum. In a way it is, yes. In a way it is. No, 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 no. See, look. If I'd have done this video yesterday, everybody would be like, yes, Suppo, yes, 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 definitely, bullish, buying, I don't care what price I'm buying. And now, you guys have definitely kind of calmed down. Well, not you guys, because I didn't talk to you yesterday, but just extrapolating the opinions I was getting from my community, everyone was just so bullish on it. And I was just thinking, is this really my community after all? Like, I thought that my community would never ape in on shit like this. No, not these prices. And like, it's 200 million now. I mean, over 120, we're talking about, or 140, we're talking about 300 and something million. Why would you bother? Right, okay, let me try and find some super chats, because I believe there are. True Crypto OG, I really appreciate your transparency and knowledge. Any upcoming collaborations with box mining? It's funnily enough, we have not spoken about it, box mining and I. We haven't spoken about it. It's not a 14x thematic, more like 40x. Do your calculations, Surftail, because you're talking out of your ass. Right, anyway, so any collaborations with box mining? Me and box mining have been actually chatting. We chat most days, I would say, but we have never discussed a collaboration. No, not after our 2017-2018 collaborations. I hate collaborations. With Box, I don't mind them, but he and I, unless we're in the same room like we were, you know, back in San Francisco, then it doesn't work as well, because I'm much louder than he is. Although we do definitely balance out each other these days. Thoughts on Digital? Again, wait for NFT season. Thoughts on Soulstarter? I think that's a guaranteed moon project. What are your thoughts on Neos Finance? I think that Neos, very, very similar to TrueBit, needs to find its value. It's already shot up. For anybody getting in early, it had a good explosion, but I think it's going to come down a bit. Kickpad dead. Suppoman wants to bring the price down so it becomes a whale. Like, stop being stupid. Like, I mean, yeah, I did that once before with Cardano when it was 2 cents. I wanted to bring it down so I could, but this was back in 2017. I don't want to bring prices down. I like it, but it's not the end of the world if I don't get in it. Like, you got to understand that I have missed so many trades in cryptocurrency that missing one opportunity does not irk me at all. Like, grow up. Anyway, any thoughts on Oro recently? It is actually growing, Oro. And I personally believe that Oro is strong fundamentally, but I think they need to be a little bit more. I think they need to think more about their overall presentation. Okay, so let me just bring out Oro. So this, when I first talked about it, was about 30 cents. It's 2x from then, which is great. However, if you go to the website, I haven't looked at it in a couple of months, but let me just see. Has it still got that horrible orange border at the top? I hope not. Okay, they've taken off that orange. Oh, no, they haven't. Right, it's still there. Right, so anyway, they need to update their website. They need to make it an attractive storefront, okay? I'm not looking for a dollar store. I am looking for Gimbals or Selfridges or Macy's or Harrods. I'm looking for the creme de la creme storefront, and this is not a dollar. I wouldn't say this was terrible, but this is just like kind of high street retailer. Not very good. Needs to look a lot better to be a more serious, to move to the next level. TrueBit started in 2017. Yes, they have been around a while as a technology. Yes, they have been developing it for a while. A lot of projects are actually doing things under the radar. Suppo, can you check out Marco Trosh? Always great content. Can you check out CrossPad, new on Binance? Is CrossPad actually on Binance? Let me have a look, because I was not aware of that, to be fair. CrossPad, not even there. Now, CrossPad did something stupid with their... where is it? CrossPad did something stupid with their community, where they had a pre-sale price or an ICO price, and then they 10x'd it, basically. Or 17x'd it, can't remember. But this was basically a 17... This came out as a 17-cent IDO instead of a 1.7-cent IDO. So, as a result, it's kind of just gone sideways. It's not on Binance. Oh, on Binance Smart Chain. Oh, okay, got you. I haven't looked into it. I am sick of launchpads, if I'm honest with you. I'm just getting sick of them. I find them all pretty fucking annoying. And I would say that based on the fact that there's just more. It's not because launchpads are a bad idea. It's because there are more and more and more. And at the end of the day, it's going to be monopolized, I think, by a few good ones. So it's multi-chain protocol, Matic, Huobi, Binance Smart Chain, which is excellent, at least. So they're concentrating on more blockchains. They're a little bit like Finminity, I suppose, in that respect. It's just the latest one. I'm not interested. I think that the team fucked up, and I'm not. And when teams fuck up like that, it's a no-no for me. Personal opinion. Thank you very much, Karan. You're a blessing to the world, Suppo. Thank you very much. Suppo, what is your background? Are you tech, law, marketing, finance, self-made? All of those things, funnily enough. All of those things. So I did my own apps, websites. I also was a lawyer. I've also been a head of marketing. As far as finance is concerned, this is probably the closest thing to finance I've ever done. And I am a self-made man. P Network, 50 million market cap. Yada, yada, yada. I understand P Network used to be iDo. And I hated iDo. So it's not something I'm ever going to be... Can you take a look at Sleepy Sloth Finance? I'll have a quick gand. Suppo the lawyer, ha ha ha, sweet. So you're multilingual. I should be. My father's Spanish, and my mother was Mauritian, so I should be multilingual. I should be a polyglot, whatever they're called. Sleepy Sloth Finance, fuck's sake. This, you know what, right? In 2017, crypto was a meme, right? Now it's less of a meme. So memes are just seems out of place to me. Like, cryptocurrency has become more tried and tested, more time proven, become more credible, had more general acceptance with PayPal, etc. And then we move like 10 steps back. It's like cryptocurrency is like the female movement, okay? So at first, if you think about times back in the 60s when women were second-class citizens compared to men, right? And then they fought for equality, equal rights, and the vote, etc. And then they got all that, right? And then, then you get feminism, which is kind of like the other extreme. But you see the progression. Like, women moved from being treated as second-class citizens to now first-class, right? And even, in some ways, seen as superior to men, right? And then you get some women who just degrade themselves and are an embarrassment to other women, let's say. And it's the same with cryptocurrency. Like, we've gone from being a joke to more and more serious, right? And now we're getting acceptance. And it's like, everybody's starting to accept us now. And then what happens? Dogefather, Dogecoin, not Dogecoin, Safe Moon, Fair Safe, Sloth. What's next? Fucking Grumpy Cat, fucking Jonah and the Whale. It's just like, it makes no sense. Why make a joke out of it? But then there we are. When did I say women's rights was a joke? But anyway, yes. So that's my problem with cryptocurrency. My problem with cryptocurrency is it's gone through all these... it's gone through being seen as a joke, as a place where you lose money, to being more respected, and then it becomes an embarrassment to everyone. But there we are. That is life. I think that is it. Oh, Castelli has already implemented optimistic rollups, but has not been given a seal of approval by Vitalik. I don't know. I also know Synthetics uses optimism as well. Can you be the lead singer in my man band, All Self-Made Millionaires? There you are, Marble Arch. Yeah, sure. Why the hell not? Suppo, the boy band crypto enthusiast. Good angle. So imagine Slash from Guns N' Roses being a cryptocurrency fan. That'd be awesome. Wider World looks like a mega NFT. Okay, if you say so. Okay, I'll have a quick check. Just a quick check. Wilder World. What is this? After, what's that geezer's name? Deontay Wilder. That would be well funny if it was. To counteract Tyson Fury's... What's it called? Oh, it's not. Nothing to do with Deontay Wilder. Wilder World 3D. That's just taking me everywhere but the website. Come on! Oh, great. This is stupid. Right, I'm just not interested. Right, I think that is it, people. I think that this is hopefully, if you've taken it the correct way, a very good learning point for when you should get into a cryptocurrency and what you need to look for when you are investing in cryptocurrencies. Don't chase highs. I personally, I'm not trying to bring the price down. I'm not gonna lie. I do want to kind of have a stake in it, but at this level, not interested. If it comes down, I will. But at this level, not interested. But I do find this interesting. So I probably will keep an eye on it. Suppo, before you leave, can you forgive and provide a prayer to those who sinned and aped into TrueBit on a high? Yes. Dear Crypto Lord, please forgive those who aped into TrueBit way too high. They didn't know what they were doing. And hopefully they have come out of this a lot stronger, Please, Lord, support them in being much stronger cryptocurrency investors. Amen. Say it after me, people. Any thoughts on Polylastic releasing on Kickpad? I have to admit, I don't know it. I don't know it, Chris Marks. May have a look at it. But what I will say is that pretty much everything that's launched on Kickpad is just good for a flip. Right, people. So, I am going to get on my pulpit now. So I'm going to now get on my pulpit and say to you, the body of coins. Amen. The blood of the weak hands, or the blood of those who chased the all-time highs. Amen. So go forth, people. Learn from the opportunity. Get into cryptocurrencies at good prices. Be able to ride the multipliers, because that is what cryptocurrency is about. Cryptocurrency is not about going in for a 10x. Cryptocurrency, if played correctly, can be getting in for 100x. Right. Love you lots. And I'll see you next time. It is lights out, all out. Na 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 na. Do, 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 do.